Hey, Sean Kay here. So, something interesting that I've just been made aware of is some changes that are coming to Bing. Bing is obviously not everybody's primary focus when it comes to search, but they're doing some really interesting things over there. And one of the changes they're making is they're going to a three-column view. And the third column is going to be recommendations from Facebook and social. I think that's really fascinating because one of the things that I've seen recently with Google that is becoming more and more of a factor is things are getting recommended that my friends have, or plus one or whatever, and that sort of your social network influencing the search results. And frankly, I'm not so interested in that. I would prefer to get my search results without any of that. Now, there's settings and switches you can adjust to fix that in Google, and that's fine. But for the most part, by default, the average user is going to get that. Now, I think it's really fascinating the approach that Bing have taken, and they've done the research that suggests that people don't want that. That my desire not to have that is probably a little bit more common than the desire to have your friends influence your search rankings. So what Bing have done is they're going to the first column, which is pure search results, or their recommendation engine as they call it. And then the third column is going to be what your Facebook friends would have suggested, or relevant Facebook likes and things like that. And that's a pretty innovative approach. And that's something that I think as general search customers, we have to start looking at a little bit more. Google has a monopoly because we've given it to them, and that impacts everything in a large part we do on the internet because Google is a very big player, so they can influence large parts of what we do, whether we know it or not. And they are exerting that influence over and over again. And I'm not talking about Panda updates and those kind of things, but I'm talking about things like privacy policies and your social information, your social network information, your personal likes and dislikes. By having plus one become a part of their search ranking algorithm, a lot of sites, because Google is such a huge referrer of traffic, a lot of sites are having to take up plus one. Now, I've not really seen any sites where there's tons of people clicking the plus one button, but just the fact that it's there and it's disruptive, and it's Google's attempt to collect more and more data about you so they can effectively serve you more and more targeted advertising. And I personally believe, I'm happy to be wrong or for you to have another opinion, but the thing about it for me is that I'm happy to, when I use their search engine, allow them to advertise. But when I go use somebody else's site, if that site owner is pressured almost into having to promote a Google service or be somehow disenfranchised in the Google search algorithm, that seems a little unfair to me. I just don't like it. So I've started using Bing more and more. And the thing I have to say that I found about Bing is that the search results aren't too bad. They're actually a lot more consistent than Google. On the SEO side, one of the things that's happened recently is Google's changes have made the search results very, very inconsistent, and some of the quality has been really poor. But I go to Bing and I often get what I'm looking for. So I have to say that the quality is getting better, and now this new change looks like it might be interesting. So I think one of the things, I guess I'm putting this out there, is why not just give them a chance? Go try Bing. See if you like the results, and if you do, tell your friends about it. Post on Facebook, hey, I've used Bing and I got good results. The only way that we as consumers of a product like search can get back into some level of control is by using our right to switch products. And until Google's share of search starts to decline by 5 or 10% into the, low 50s, and maybe Bing goes up into the 40s, until that starts to happen, Google's going to do what Google wants. And that's not good for us as consumers on the internet. So this is perhaps an opportunity to vote with our browsers. So I encourage you to spend 5 or 10 minutes whenever you get some free time and go do some searching around on Bing. Won't cost you anything. And you might find that, hey, this is a pretty good service. So that's it for me for today. My name's Sean K. Good to see you. Thanks.